Well, hey, welcome to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything is working. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, your local game guy with local game co-host Will. Hey, Will.
Sup?
Not much, dude. And it's only been so long since I last saw you. As a matter of fact, 12 hours.
Yeah,
We covered, if you didn't watch our previous stream, I know these came up a little late. Forgive me. This was a really slammed week for me, but Foundations. All of the legendaries covered yesterday. There are, of course, some legendaries that work better in the 99, and we may discuss them today. But if you're looking for us to have an in-depth conversation on the legends that came out from this set from the perspective of Commander players, I highly recommend you check out the tier list. It's not just a simple ranking, we actually do discuss the values of each legendary. That's why they're so long. However, today we're going to be covering Foundations as a whole. Are there any new cards that you should be acquiring? There's a lot more cats in this set than I feel have been in other sets.
indeed.
Any
It's
good
a
ones,
very
Will?
cat-centric deck. There's a couple. There are a couple good cat deck or cat cards, but
Mm.
the ones that I have are not part of the cat archetype that they're trying to push for standard.
Well, is there a card called Cat Call yet?
I don't think so.
Because imagine a card where you could tutor cats. Cathar's Call. We're really close. Watsy, that's my submission for a new tutor. Can we make Cat Call?
It's like Court of Calling, but you only pay
Right.
one green and you have to get a cat.
Yeah, and you can only tap cats to like reduce the cost. It's what's it called? Convoke for cats.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're gonna get Aristocats soon, guys. Don't worry. I know you're anxious. But yeah, Foundations. A lot of cool art from the set. I think that's really the standout for me. I only have a handful of cards that I personally want to discuss. Will has a larger list, so we're actually going to let Will lead the discussion today. We're going through this in Wooburg order. So that is obviously the colors to multi and colorless. There is one new land, but I don't know that it's noteworthy enough to discuss.
I noted it.
You did note it. Okay, well, hey, it's hey, one for one. The set did really good on its lands. Anyway, guys, here it is on Scryfall. If you were playing in any pre-releases, let us know what you pulled in the comments. I'm curious. All right, Will, hit me. Hit
Uh, we're
me.
we're gonna start off with Crystal Barricade, one and a
Sweet.
white for a 0/4 artifact creature wall with Defender. You have hexproof and prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control.
Oswald,
Um,
kind of.
this card is just a pretty nice disruption piece. They pretty much mixed two mechanics people have been trying to get to work, and I think that it might be good enough because giving yourself hexproof has been something that people have tried for a couple different decks. It hasn't done super well, but
No.
I think if you stable it onto something else that's good enough, then it's a good effect, such as make it so none of your creatures can be removed by damage removal,
Like Orcish Bowmaster.
which is really nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
your creatures aren't getting pinged off at all. They have to kill the barricade first, and that
they're
just
not.
means that your opponents are going to have to try to kill you in a more difficult way. Because unless they can get rid of Crystal Barricade, they can't use like target player mill effects to try to get you out of the game or force draw. They have to kill this first, which isn't impossible. It's still
No.
relatively easy to kill this first, but it's good. It's good enough by mixing two effects that were subpar into a card for really low cost.
I think it's nice. Good as new. For an 0/4 body with Defender, yeah, it's really great. I think this is going to do a really good job at blocking those Renegade Timnas. I think if you strap some Lightning Greaves onto this, hear me out, it would make a lot of sense, just because you don't want them to have that play option. Obviously, people can still exile your things. That is a very relevant form of interaction. That can still happen, but I think the things that are more common now are just value plays off of Orcish Bowmasters and the expectation that you're going to be able to remove much of many people's boards just by having this dinky little 1/1. But funnily enough, this stops that. And I've seen even people play out Walking Ballistas to just help kill things in instances, because we don't always run like we don't run like lightning bolts that often unless you're a dedicated red list or dual color list that features red. And even then, maybe you also have an Abrade, or there are other play options there. This thwarts those, you have hexproof is actually quite good. Like Will said, it's gonna stunt a lot of win cons that require you to target your opponent, like Walking Ballista, as I just mentioned. It's good. Is it good enough? You know, I play a mono white Oswald deck. I was looking at this. It's tutorable. I mean, I hate it when. Here's the thing, though. So when I look at this, it's like, okay, if I'm going to search this out of my deck, I'm destroying a 1-drop to get this 2-drop. Would I rather protect the core piece, which is Oswald, by just getting Lightning Greaves and equipping them, or a Crystal Barricade, which is less protective? I mean, it splits its degree of protection. It's
Yeah,
situational, but I feel like I'd probably go for the Lightning Greaves still, which makes me wonder, why would I put this in the deck? I think it is good though for some decks. Maybe just not Oswald, despite him being able to search it up. Hey, Wolfsbane. Um, and again, that's just one example, but I look through Oswald lenses all the time. I look through those artificer lenses all the time. I like this card a lot though. It is one I actually noted. I definitely want to pick up a copy. I just don't know what it goes in yet.
that's kind of where I'm at because I figured, oh, you can throw this into like a Shalai deck, but Shalai also already gives you hexproof, so it's just there for the non-combat damage prevention, which might be good enough because that
Yeah.
prevents some board wipes. But it's just a very, very weird card, but it's mixing two subpar mechanics into something that's actually good
Yeah.
for a low cost. So
And
I
also
like it.
just being a relevant body. If it was it's a wall. I kind of wish it had defender and reach. That'd be kind of cool if you had a little bit more range on its defense.
That
But that
that
qualm
would be
aside,
sweet.
that would be really sweet, especially when you look at the alt art. Again, you know, usually flavor text is the only thing that's based off of the art, not necessarily the effects of the card. But look how tall these walls are. Come on, don't tell me this wall doesn't have
You're
reach.
telling me that freaking stubby tree Kodama can block a bird, but this massive
Right.
wall can't?
Right, right. Adding this to Arcades. There you go. Yeah, I'm curious. Also, let us know which decks you'd insert these cards into. And also, I didn't mention this off the bat, but guys, we're going to go through this in Wordberg order. However, if we miss something that you think is notable, let us know before we switch to the next category. In this instance, it would be blue. We'll be happy to discuss it with you guys. At any rate, I just have one more card to talk about, Will, but I want to hear what you want to bring
I
up.
have three more.
Okay, okay.
And I'll say, let us know on the next color what we missed in the previous color, just so that we don't have to have people spamming the chat going like, "What about this card? What about this card?" And it being a card we're going to bring up.
Yeah, or from Duskmorn. Just
Indeed,
kidding.
indeed. Well, Generous Pup is my next one, and it's one white for a 2/2 creature dog with vigilance.
You made the list.
Yeah, whenever one or more counters are put on this, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Trigger only once per turn.
It's so cute.
My thing is, it's a 2-mana 2/2 vigilance, which is already a pretty good stat line, but his effect is just, oh, you know how you can have random effects that sometimes put counters on stuff? Yeah, Anthem.
Yeah, it's
That's
neat. It's really
it's
cool.
nice.
He's like the Zada of 1/1 counters.
Yeah.
He's so
I
sweet. I don't know. I like this card a lot. I was gonna add it, but I'm like, who's gonna use this in a
I
competitive
think
setting?
it's
I think
good
it's
enough in like fringe decks that have
yeah.
incidental +1/+1 counters. I don't think it's going to be a staple, but I think it's something that people should note as a thing
Mm.
of, oh, you're playing Timna or you're playing TNT and you have random things that may accidentally give counters. It could potentially be good. If you just need to get your board to be big enough over time, that's pretty good as well. Because
Mm.
honestly, if you're just playing a whole bunch of dorks and then Marath and you don't have your combo, Generous Pup just keep moving counters to Generous Pup, putting the counters back on Marath, giving your board +1/+1
Oh.
every single turn, +4/+4 per rotation, and then kill people with beats.
Yeah, yeah.
Turn Marath into a Crater Hoof.
Yeah, the only thing that stopped me from really dropping this on the list is the fact that it only triggers once per turn. Right? So I think that's one thing you need to take into consideration. Although I do think in fringe lists like Morath, you're right. This is still value. This is pretty good value. It doesn't hurt to have your bugs become big. Or Morath makes not bugs. Morath makes creature tokens though.
Yeah, it's
Um,
plant. Yeah, plant and elemental. Or
Plain
no,
element.
just elemental. Just, yeah.
Um, a little bit of trivia. Is that the Selesnya sigil on those urns?
Yes, it is.
That's so cute. Okay,
I
well,
will also
Selesnya's
say
got the best.
they communicate via the universal language treats.
Yeah, obviously. This is
Good
so
dog.
cute.
Good dog.
Yeah, I like this. I like this ad. It's not bad. I don't disagree.
My next card, Herald of Eternal Dawn. 4 white for a
Mm.
creature angel with flash, flying, with 6 power and 6 toughness. You can't lose the game, your opponents can't win the game. Um, it's Platinum Angel, but with flash and better stats.
And just the best art from the set. And I'm not gonna lie, this standard art is so good. I need this on a playmat. Please let me know if Harold of like Martinez art gets on a playmat. This is so good.
I
Sorry. Okay.
I like
Moving on.
the Pendersky art as well. That
I'm,
one's pretty good. Like that is an
dude.
art that looks like it could be a playmat.
Oh my god. No, it 100% is being made as a playmat. This one. It's like I like the symmetry of it. Like when you cut it down the middle. Um, I just really love this. I don't know how many Asian angels do we get? She's so cool looking. It's almost like she almost. Never mind. We can move.
I
I really
I
like this
am
card. I really like this card.
I am the light that breaks the thoracle.
And in white, Fage is crying. Sorry, Fage. You can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. It's I don't know, like if Foggy is in the 99 of some lists, I guess you can
Yeah, phage.
phage.
Yeah.
Yeah, phage Foggy. I think of that what is the name of that? It's this yogurt brand. Is it Phage? Have you
I
seen
don't
this like
know.
Greek yogurt brand? Okay, doesn't matter.
Well,
I always called it Foggy. So that's how I see that word, but phage. Sorry.
my last card is Raise the Past.
Thank you. Yeah, 2 for 2 people.
Yep. So 2 white for sorcery. Return all creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield that have or that cost 2 or less. Mass Reanimate. This is just 4 mana. Go boom.
Yeah.
That's decent. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean obviously it's not gonna hit everything. But what, like your Archon of Myria or Drannith Magistrates 3 as well, right? Um but for all your other hate bears and all your other essentials, this is really fantastic. And obviously spreading outside of white, you get a lot more hits and like really good ones at that. Obviously Orcish Bowmaster is something we mention all the time. Dockside was a thing, don't worry about it. This just hits a lot. I think it's worth putting in the arsenal. I don't know if every deck needs it. Obviously we look for things to have even more value if they're in the 4 CMC slot, right? Like I feel like if this had flashback, people would be all over it, but obviously such is not the case. Something like this, in my mind, it kind of takes up the same slot in a deck as a Sevinne's Reclamation, and to me, Sevinne's is better for a crucial card as opposed to all the cards or all the cards with limitations. But even still, I think that this is a really good Mass Reanimate. It's one of the better ones we've had. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely something that can see some kind of play. Because even in just a stacks deck, saying, oh, I'm going to bring back Durandeth Magistrate, all of my dorks, and a couple other things, pretty good.
Yeah. Um, isn't there another white card that just brings back all the creatures? I forget if it's 6 CMC or
It is,
it's like an
I think it's
older.
6 CMC for bring back all the creatures. Then
Right.
there's an 8 CMC that's bring back everything that is not a creature or land.
Well, what's the 2 CMC one we're getting, people? What is the 2 CMC one?
Bring
We need
back
it.
all lands.
Yeah. Oh,
Bring
God.
back all planes. It's going to be all planes.
Done. Sold. Love it. Yeah, I would use that. For so when you do your mass land destruction, you can recover just a little bit more easily.
That would be rude, where it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, Armageddon, I bring it all back.
Yeah. The card is literally called I Bring It All Back. All right, that's it for white, folks. If you have any other white cards you'd like to mention, speak now or forever hold your peace. But as we go along, Will, we're in the blue territory. You want to bring up Big Fin Bouncer first, I'm assuming, right?
You can bring up Big Fin Bouncer if you really want, but
It's a shark with gold teeth. What else am I gotta say?
that's it.
And a septum piercing. It didn't get much cooler than that. You remember What is that thing that Vin Diesel used to he was promoting? Oh god, I used to love these toys growing up. It's the shark. It's like the shark. They're like street sharks. They're like urban, cool beat 'em up sharks. Oh my god, what the hell's the name of the shark toy?
Don't know the name.
Wait up.
Well,
Shark toy. You can just go through the. You don't have to
I'll
listen to me at
I'll go
all.
with my first one, which is Archmage of Runes. 3 blue for a creature giant wizard with 3 power and 6 toughness. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card.
Street
Um,
sharks. Sorry, they're literally called street sharks. Oh
well,
yeah. Sorry, we'll keep going. Keep going. Which one are you talking about?
it's Archmage of Runes.
Oh, I was so close. Okay, Archmage
Yeah,
runes.
you're literally right next to it. But Archmage of Runes is just a good card that will reduce the cost of some of your things and let you storm off and draw cards a little bit easier. The reason I like this card is because Orvar. Orvar's main game plan right now is get a thing that says reduce the cost of stuff and then copy it a couple times to win the game. You're making multiple copies of Archmage of Runes, and then you're going to be drawing a meta crap ton of cards off of Archmage of Runes and the other 12 Archmage of Runes. It's just a really good card in Orvar. It may slot into like some other random decks, but I think Orvar is the deck that cares about it the most.
Yeah, I think at 5 CMC, this is a neat addition. I mean, don't we just have a better cost reducer with that one guy? What's his name that people wanted to play?
Uh,
Blue legendary, 3 costs, reduces the cost of instants and sorceries you loot when you do it. He has like a cloak with a hood. He never shows his face because he's too cool for school. He thinks he's a street shark, but he's not. Look up street. Oh, you need to look up street sharks. I'm showing you street
no,
sharks.
I see. I saw it.
Yeah, my brother had he had the blue, the great white, I guess technically the blue one in the middle. I had the hammerhead off to the left. I used to love these. I used to love these. Wait, what is this? Wait, 2024. Are they remaking them? Here, I guess these are the originals. Let me see. Shit, are they remaking these? I will buy. I will buy Street Sharks.
Which are you talking about, Arcanus, Patrick?
I'm not even what.
He's the guy that you tap to draw 3
No,
cards.
he's a legendary creature. He's a legendary creature. He costs 3 or 2. He reduces the cost of instants and
Are you
sorceries.
talking about Baral?
Baral, Chief of
Yeah,
Compliance.
okay, yeah. It's whenever you counter a spell, you discard a card and draw a card. That's what
Never
threw me off.
mind. Never
That's what
mind.
threw me off.
Arcana. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I was way off. You know me in blue.
I was like, wait,
Sword
faceless
pass.
guy with no name? And I'm like, oh, is it Arcanus?
Sorry, I was way more into Street Sharks. I think Archmage of Runes is good. I agree with you
If
on
I
its
remember correctly,
use
yeah,
case.
Arcanus is just a wizard. He's not any other type. He's just a wizard, which is what I thought you meant by like he's a hooded guy that you don't know anything about.
No, he is too cool for school though. But he is straight up. I think he's an honorary Street Shark, like hands down. He looks like
He could be a shark. We don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
his creature type.
I was playing shit, let me see this. Is this the guy? I thought this was. Yeah, it is. I was playing someone's Onslaught cube and I drafted Arcanus as my top end. I don't know if people realize he's that old. Jude is great. Sorry, but we're talking about someone else entirely. Archmage of Runes. He's fine. It's 5.
Yeah.
He's 5 mana. It's a lot.
5 mana, but if you're playing like a spell slinger deck, he's pretty good.
Yeah, we need to turn this into a Street Shark channel. That's
Yeah.
how I feel. And I'll have how will we do it? Will we need to battle each other or like
We could
battle
have
evil?
Street Sharks, Beyblade, and like all the other Hasbro-esque
Yeah.
toys.
We need to make this. Oh my god! Wizards, Hasbro, Daddy Hasbro, Street Sharks. We need Street Sharks. If we turn this into a channel for kids and all I did was make stop motion programming
Street
for
Shark
children,
battles.
would you guys watch that?
That's our next April Fool's video. You just buy Street Sharks and do like a Street Shark stop motion animation.
And now with Big Fin Bouncer. I would love that shit. I should cosplay as this guy someday. I just missed my opportunity with NYCC. I'll never do that again though. All right, we're moving on.
My next card is Drake Hatcher. One in a blue for a creature human wizard with 1 power, 3 toughness, vigilance, and prowess. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 count, or put that many incubation counters on it. Remove 3 incubation counters and make a 2/2 Drake with flying. You get a big board pretty quickly. This is just a decent card. If you're going Voltron, awesome. If you're doing Spell Slinger stuff, still pretty good. It's just a low to the ground creature with prowess that can go wide while going a little bit tall. I think that there's some decks that care about having a board that would like this.
I like it. I mean, just make up your mind though. You know, make up your mind, Drake Hatcher. Are you a warrior or are you a wizard? Because you're labeled subtype wizard, but you've got a sword back there. I see the
You got a
staff, but I
sword
see the
back there, and you
sword.
care about smacking people in the face.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed messages with this card.
Are you a warrior? Are you a wizard? Are you a druid? Because you're raising animals. Like,
Pick a
make up
lane.
your mind. Yeah,
Pick a
make up
lane.
your mind.
You can't invest your points into all of those classes, okay? It's just not gonna
Only,
work.
only Arcanus is the one that's allowed to have ambiguous creature typing.
He's wizard. He's wizard. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, you don't need. Maybe he's shark wizard.
Wait,
Maybe he's a street shark.
is the is the only reason he is only subtyped wizard because he just didn't check a box when they were making him? Like, are you humanoid? Are you a goblin? He's like, I elect to
I
decline.
am wizard.
I am wizard. He wrote his own checkbox. Wizard.
I would love it if we got like an uncard Arcanus and his creature typing was wizard. Like just wizard twice.
Yeah, double wizard. A wizard changeling. He is every type so long as it's wizard. um all right. Drake Hatcher. I like it. I'm confused by it, but I love it. Oh shit. All the rares have dope alternative art, by the way, so actually I like the one that has I like the ambiguous one more than the one who's definitely someone hatching drakes. All right,
Yeah.
well, hit me.
Next is High Fae Trickster.
Oh shit, yeah, I
Green and
got that
blue
one
for
too.
a creature, fae, or fairy wizard with 4 power, 2 toughness, flash, and flying that says you may cast spells as though they had flash. Um, it's another shimmer mirror, but you can also flash in creatures, which is the main notable part. Good card. Good card.
Yo, it is good. It's what are the alternatives to this? Didn't we just get that otter that makes it so that instances, oh sorry, the instances, source
Non-creatures. Non-creatures
non-creatures,
have flash. So
right?
this
For
is the step
three,
up, but it costs 1 generic more.
sounds like a step down. Will.
Well, it's a step up for me because I can flash in Thoracle. I don't need to do any of the
Oh, that's
shenanigans.
true.
I
That's true. That's
just
true.
play Thoracle.
All right. So which list is this going in alternatively
Rustzer.
over? So
I'm just throwing this in Rustzer, probably.
you wouldn't consider the Tide Hollow Tide what Tide
The, the
something?
thing is with the
You
Tide
can't do
Collar.
it. Yeah, you
Tide
can't do
Collar.
Thassasaur. You can't do
Um,
Thasos.
with Tide Collar, every single thing in my deck is an instant or an artifact
Mm.
outside of the creatures or the 3 sorceries I run
Yo, can you please use the alt art?
for the fairy.
She looks amazing. Yeah.
The alt art looks like it's less expensive, so yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the alt art.
Oh well, just because the flavor text. Wait, is it on both? Hold up, hold up.
The first
No.
one
Oh,
says,
no. The first flavor text sucks. You humans think even slower than you move. You don't realize you've already lost.
you know
That's
what, fair, I need that for Xur. That just for the
exactly
flavor text, that is really good with
right.
Xur.
You missed my merfolk friend over here. All right. Yeah, I agree with you on that. This standard art looks very, very Disney illustrative. I don't know what it is about it, but not that that's a bad thing. Anyway,
Probably because Frozen. That's why that
um,
guess has like the kind of Frozen ice-esque
yeah.
look
I
to
see
it.
that. I see that a little bit. Is your last one Kaido?
I have 2 more.
Oh shit. Okay.
First is the next Scoot Swarm, Homunculus Horde. 3 in a blue for a 2/2 creature homunculus. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a token copy of this creature. The reason why this is viable is if you're using anything like Crom or like Talion or anything like that, this gets pretty big pretty quickly, or gets pretty wide pretty quickly. You're
Hmm.
just getting a whole lot of 2/2s. I think that there are some decks that can utilize it. Some decks that just need an alternative way to win. Like Talion is the perfect example. You are getting a massive board with this if you have Talion in play.
Yeah,
But
this is pretty nasty, dude. I mean, can you run away with the game like in the same sense as you would with Scoot Swarm? Scoot Swarm's not limited to it's not like a second time something happens, right? It's like just a land, it's just landfall.
yeah, it's just landfall, but you need to have 7 lands in play to actually start doubling, which is not the most ridiculous or difficult thing.
At
But
least in the list you're considering it in, for sure. Yeah.
yeah, Scoot Swarm saw like no play until Nadu, and then it saw all the
What a
play.
great card! Yeah. Oh, you mean for
Um,
the commander that just pours lands onto the battlefield? Yeah,
yeah.
it's good. It's pretty good. But homunculus is oh shit, and also made it also made the what is it, the something of the dead, the one that made zombies, the land that made zombies.
Oh, Field of the Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like Field of the Dead playable in cEDH. I don't know if there's another. There's probably another deck that cares, but it's not Nadu or formally.
But with
Yeah.
Homunculus of the Horde, as opposed to Scoot Swarm that requires you to ramp pretty hard, just saying, hey, let's draw cards is not difficult for any kind of cEDH deck
Dude.
because a lot of the time, your commander wants to draw cards.
So I'm not gonna lie, Will. I didn't look at all of the alt art for the rares from this set. The alt art for this one is so good. They're pressed up against like some glass container. I was hoping it secretly. I was hoping for Mike Wazowski, but we didn't get that.
Yeah, and to Void, is that Void Malgin? Am,
Void
am
Malign.
I, hmm?
Void Malign. You just say Mal.
Void Malin. Yeah.
Yeah.
To Void Malin, yes, I would play the Fae over the Leyline because Leyline does not have flash, but the Fae does. So with my deck,
Yep.
I'm drawing about half of my deck on my end step. So I need to be able to flash in whatever my flash enabler is.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that obviously Leyline and of Anticipation would be great if you started with it, but it's not quite as flexible as the Fae here.
The only flash enabler that was in the deck that did not have flash itself was Tidal Barracuda, in that
Mm,
everybody has flash on all of their things,
no.
but opponents can't play spells on your turn.
Yeah, that's not bad if you're gonna conclude the game.
Yeah, if you're doing like Shallow Grave, get that out. Oh look, I have Grand Abolisher and flash on all of my things. That's pretty good. But that's like an extra step to go through when you could just Shallow Grave the Oracle, because people would counter war over you Shallow Graving Barracuda anyways. So,
Hmm. All right, well.
but my last card, you called it, Patrick. Kaido, Cunning Infiltrator. 1 blue for a legendary planeswalker, Kaido. Uh, enters with 3
Wow.
loyalty. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kaido. +1. Up to 1 target creature you control cannot be blocked this turn. Draw a card, then discard a card. -2. Create a 2/1 blue ninja creature token. -9. Emblem. Whenever a player casts a spell, create a 2/1 blue ninja token.
All right, dream world
Holy.
scenario. Will, how do you get to -9?
You just play Eureka. You play Eureka. That is it. You're playing a whole bunch of things that are built-in evasive creatures that are designed to connect for really cheap and go stupidly wide, and
So
then you just say, okay, play Kaido for 3.
right, and it's funny because
Attack.
like if at all or any one of those creatures doesn't have the appropriate evasion for potential blocker, its +1 is it can't be blocked. So it's like even still you're there, and obviously it has a loot attached to it as well. So let's just say that Yuriko has this setup, right? You get those 3 attacks off, you do 3 damage, you put 3 loyalty counters. By your next turn, you should be able to activate this and still keep them around, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because here's the thing. You have to connect with people to get loyalty counters on this, and then you just keep up 1 or 2 big blockers, and then people
Mm.
can't really attack into Kaido again. So Kaido's just getting like +3 loyalty every turn. So he is alting very quickly. Um,
Yeah, and if you need to, I mean, aren't ninja subtypes relevant in that deck too? So like the -2 here is actually quite good.
yeah, and also the emblem just saying whenever anybody casts a
Oh,
spell, you
so
get a ninja
stupid.
is so dumb.
It's so stupid. I just like, what triggered Kaido to like call the rest of the clan? Like, what is going on that he's like, you know what? If anyone does shit, call a ninja. 1-800, call a ninja. I also like that the standard, the alt, and like everything but the superior alt like doesn't block his name for some reason. Like the first one, it's Kaido cutting infiltrator, and then the other one is K toe
Kiddo. Hey,
K,
kiddo.
K kiddo, like my cat Kato. Um, it's a good card. I think it's good again in a very niche scenario. Like it's probably just gonna be a Yuriko card. I don't know who else cares.
Uh, well, Edric definitely cares
Oh,
as well because Edric wants to connect and go wide, and then this makes you go even wider.
yeah, it's
There's
true. Spy
there's a
Master.
small handful of decks that care about going wide enough that Kaido will see playing a couple different things. I don't think Kaido is going to be seen everywhere, but I think Kaido is good enough to see some kind of play.
I dig it.
I will also say I don't know when he got his adorable cyber fox raccoon
Raccoon
thing.
Buddy. Yeah,
It's just there chilling with him, but I love that. I
me
want that
too.
as a plushie.
Oh, by the way, hang out with us next week for Plagon Lord of the Beach. Have you seen one built to its fullest potential? Neither have we. So we're gonna do that. I mean, I'm just we don't have to do Plagon, but he looks
We
like the
we can do
coolest. He
Plague
looks like the coolest legendary from this.
really quick, can we nickname? You know how in the
He looks like
universes
a,
beyond they name abilities.
yeah.
Can we name the second ability Beach Slap?
I had this one too. Beach slap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah. I like that. Beach slap for Azorius. Target creature gets beach slapped. No, I like that. Oh my
oh,
god. We need to I'm telling you, Will, there's some great ideas generated on this channel. Watsy, please hit us up. Hit us up. I got cat call for you. A cat tutor. It needs to happen. Instant speed, because you never know when that shit's gonna happen. Sorry, ladies. And then beach slap. This is great. This is great stuff. Moving on to black. I have two cards here.
I have three cards, and I'm pretty sure that I'm covering your two as well.
Is your
Uh,
first one, does it start with a B?
yes,
Does it
we
rhyme?
talked about this. We talked about this one before. Both I have two that start with a B, and then one that starts with a V.
Okay, okay.
So Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Actually, no, technically not correct alphabetical order because the
What?
scribal list I'm doing is not
Oh,
going.
oh, oh, that's fine. We can start.
Blas-
We can start. We can start with your
bla-
bloodthirsty
no,
conqueror.
no, Blasphemous Edict.
Okay.
It's the actual first one. Um, Kind of a self-explanatory card. It's 3 black. If there are 13 creatures in play, it costs 1 black, or 13 or more creatures in play, it costs a black instead. Each player sacrifices 13 creatures of their choice. Also, can I
Excellent.
just say with Foundations, they've started wording a whole bunch of things differently
Mm-hmm.
because Blasphemous Edict of their choice, not just each player sacrifices 13 creatures, which is what it would have been before.
Right.
In addition to that, we have another card that we're going to be going over,
Do you
that I'm
think?
going to go over later. We have a Scholar of Combustion, which is a red card. Blah blah blah. You can exile a card and you can play that card until the end of the next turn. And then, as a reminder text, you still pay its cost. Timing rules still apply.
Yeah. I foundations I think is meant for newer players, right? And most jump
Yeah,
starts are just a good way to like introduce people to the
and
game. So I can
honestly,
understand,
I
but
like that. I like that.
you like these changes. I mean, each player sacrifices 13 creatures of their choice. I think it's good to stipulate that. I mean, I like it when games have the specificity in their phrasing. Like I kind of take it for granted. I've played this game for so long that I just know. But it's it's nice. I like it. I do think that helps, and it's not like it ate up the text box or anything. And I'm with you on this one, Void. Like this card is pretty great. Not only for its on flavor art, and I mean the standard one. Again, I didn't look at any of the alt arts. Holy shit! The
Yeah,
alt art for this one's amazing.
yeah. The
Have you
alt art
seen?
is really good too. By the way, I counted
What?
it out. There are 13 people in the art, not counting the skeleton guy.
Stop.
Exactly 13
Two,
people.
three. Stop. Wait. One, two, three, four, five. Six. Okay, there's five there. There's three there. That's eight. One, two, three, four, five. Wait. No. No. That's 12. Wait. No. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I like it.
Oh shit. Do you see the hands reaching from the bog
Yeah.
down in the water? Sorry. Can you
Yep.
guys? Another
Underneath the text.
playmat worthy piece of art. Holy shit. I love that it's like death as a drummer. They're not even aware that they're marching to this blasphemous edict. Dodges ward, hexproof, indestructible, but is not broken as balls as farewell. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I love this art. 10
I
out of 10.
also
My
like the
God.
flavor text on the original, which is just a demonic pact is all fun and games until the bill comes due. Liliana.
Mm, dude, yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 card. Great job. So you know it's good. Very
Do
good.
you know it's good?
All right, moving on.
My blade has the number 13 on it, so you know it's good.
Yes. Um,
Um,
this looks like
next,
an yeah. Go on, go on.
the other card that I said before, Bloodthirsty Conqueror. We discussed this before as well. It
So
is
good.
3 black for a creature vampire knight with 5 power, 5 toughness, flying, and death touch. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. And they specify damage causes life loss. Um, yeah, we had like a $40 to $50 card that does this, and that was the only card in the game that had this effect for the longest time.
Yeah.
Now we have the same cost on a body, so it's easier to tutor up.
Is it just
This
better?
card is great.
It's just better, right? It's not Sanguine Bond. Is it Sanguine Bond?
It's
Or
either Exquisite Blood or Sanguine
it's
Bond.
one or
Those
the
are
other?
that's like 2 card combo.
Oh, is it bad that I want the $200 version of it?
Freaking weeb.
Dude, it's like oh shit, the art is different. The art is actually different. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, look at the hair. Wait, I'm sorry guys. This is important. This is all research. Look at the hair on the face, in the face itself. It's different art. The bats are in the same position, but the face is different. It's so damn good.
Are you talking about the eyes? Because it's just that the eyes are clear due to their light refracting
No,
differently.
no, no. The hair is covering the face differently, and the eyes are blackened here. The one eye is blackened, and the hair is jostled differently. It looks different. It looks different to me.
It isn't. I'm like literally flicking back and forth, and not a single hair moves.
Mm, the eyes are different. I
Yeah,
thought
the
the hair
eyes are
was.
different.
It
The
looked like
eyes are
there was
different
hair
in
covering
context,
this
though.
eye. I need to see it. Will you need to get me a copy, and then that'll help us determine. All
Yeah,
right.
it's just the eyes are different. That's the only thing.
More importantly,
Uh,
who uses this combo?
Veto,
Ugh,
100% veto.
all right.
But there's Dina. Dina's another one that will probably use
The
it because
red
Dina
one.
just says whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So that's just a good combo.
Is
Dina is
Dina
1 in a green.
Rakdos?
Dina's 1 in a green. So you're in green, so you have all the creature tutors to find this easily.
Oh. Okay. 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 I like that. Okay. Maybe there's a reason to buy the $200 anime version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
Um,
you. I'm with you, James. I'm sorry. I heard your comment. I thought you meant Dina from The Last of Us Part 2.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, don't worry, James. I cut Dina. I know about Dina. I looked into Bloodthirsty Conqueror, and I'm like, who are the
Mm.
commanders that care about this? Veto and
But
Dina.
did you catch Crypt Feaster?
Uh, Crypt Feaster. My
No,
other
it's
card was
no.
Vengeful Blood Witch. But
No,
if you want to talk about Crypt Feaster, you
not at
can.
all. Not at all. I do want to show off this cute ass cat though. It's in the thumbnail.
Yeah, the 9 lives cat.
Dude, it reminds
Yeah,
me of Amelie, my beautiful black cat.
Vengeful Blood Witch.
Vengeful.
1 and a black for a creature vampire warlock with 1 power and 1 toughness. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This is just another Blood Artist effect, except for like it doesn't work on your opponent's creatures, but it has one power. The reason why I like this card, it's another prime combo card for Forsaken Miner. So it's good. So you know it's good.
Yeah. I like it. I like it as well. Does the world need more Blood Artist? No. But Watsy's gonna deliver.
And also, apparently, this one has an alternate art, and it's freaking Draco Malfoy.
What?
You'll see.
Wait, why did this get an alt art? Oh shit.
It's Draco Malfoy.
Yeah, so there's like alternate Harry Potter world. I mean, that's definitely Hogwarts, right?
Like, yeah, it's Hogwarts in the background, the slick back Draco Malfoy haircut, like the bratty freaking face.
Training for the ballet, Potter. All right.
Using blood to shed more blood, Potter. Tell me that's not inspired.
It's dope. You know what? Actually, I like this better. Actually, the original Blood Artist art is really great, but I do like the Draco art. I'll have to show Allie that later. She'll appreciate. She'll appreciate that. What Tom Felton is in the game. It's not official. Don't listen to us. All right, that's black.
All right.
If you guys are enjoying the video, by the way, I'll encourage you to leave this with a like. It does help. It does help the algorithmic gods. But beyond that,
Oh, really quick, can I also just say Vengeful Blood Witch, the original art of him just going die is
yeah,
so freaking badass.
It's very Castlevania. It's giving Castlevania with the popped like cloak collar. All right, I've got one card from red. What do you have?
I have 6 cards for red.
Will stop. Oh, well, you're probably mentioning a legend or two.
No, I am not mentioning a legendary creature. I'm mentioning a planeswalker, though.
Oh, the planeswalker? Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, starting off with Chandra Flameshaper.
Yeah.
5 red for a legendary creature Chandra that has +2, get 3 mana and exile the top 3. Choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. +1, Kiki-Jiki. It's nothing special. Make a token copy of a thing, give it haste, sack it at the end step. And finally, -4, deal 8 damage divided as you choose amongst creatures and or planeswalkers. Starts at 6 loyalty. Reason why this is good is either this is 4 mana and then is giving you 3 mana every turn from here on out, or it's entering and wiping the board, or it's a Felidar Guardian combo piece. It's just a decent Swiss Army knife. I don't think it's going to see play everywhere, but I'd be willing to see, like, maybe a Boros deck playing this.
Yeah, I could. So I like the +1 is probably the best aspect. It's 7 mana to drop, so it's a lot. Sadly, she was not desparked, so we couldn't get all of this on a creature instead. But that'd be really good, though. Yeah, you know, even Plagon couldn't beach slap her to death. So
Indeed.
I like it. I like it for the +1. I do.
The thing is, every single one of these effects is just good enough, in my opinion, because gaining 3 mana every turn and drawing a card is really good. And that's on an uptick.
Yeah.
Then creating a hasty copy of target creature you control, like just a Kiki-Jiki activation, this is value Kiki-Jiki on top of the fact that it's also a dork and a draw outlet.
Well, okay,
and it's also a board wiper.
If we look at it that way, where Kiki's 5, well, maybe not obviously, but Kiki-Jiki, Mirror Breaker is 5, and that's kind of the 1-to-1 here. She's virtually 4, right? She's virtually 4 with her ability, her top ability specifically.
Yeah.
Definitely Jackal of all trades, Master of None.
Yeah.
No, I like Jackal. I like Jackal of all trades just a little bit more. Like it really paints a more specific picture. Let's do I hear you though. Yeah, she's fine. I like Chandra.
Yeah. I don't think that she's gonna see play everywhere, but I think that like some people will try her as a tech card because just making 3 mana every turn is pretty good.
Sorry.
She's a Gilded Lotus that draws a card. It's like weird Coveted Jewel.
Yeah, alt art's good too. Check.
I didn't even check out the alt art.
It's Chandra. It's Chandra.
Yes, it's Chandra on fire.
It's Chandra.
Chandra doing Chandra things.
Chandra.eshaper.com. Yeah.
My next one is one that I think everybody can agree is a good card, and we don't really need to go over a ton of detail on it.
Courageous
Electro
Goblin.
Duplication.
Oh yeah. Oh sure. Oh shit. Yeah. I even talked to you about this last night. I forgot to
Yep.
write that down. It's a
Two
good
in a
card.
red for a sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it has haste, and you sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Flashback for 2 red. Good card in general. It's just another Heat Shimmer, another Twin Flame, and it has flashback, so value.
Love it.
Uh, the thing is, this is really, really dumb for Zada because I can double my board, cast a treasure cantrip, flash this back, double my board again, and then cast another treasure cantrip thing and then just go off. This is definitely getting played in Zada.
So it's
This
going in
definitely gets
Zona.
played in a lot of other decks. I
Is
like
this
it.
one more reason to play Dualcaster Mage? Are we going there?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, people are always going to be like, "No, don't play Dualcaster Mage," but
Why?
Dualcaster
Who
Mage is
says
good.
that? Screw them.
I know,
Look, we
I
don't all
agree.
we don't all play blue. Stop. I need a
Honestly, I think with Electro Duplication, Gruul finally has an excuse to just go full Dualcaster Mage.
yeah.
Because how many do we have now? We have Twin Flame, Heat Shimmer, the Molten Duplication, and this. Is there like another one that I'm missing as well? I think it might just be those four, but honestly, drawing that's to get 25 cards into your deck, which isn't great, but is not horribly difficult. I think that we might be able to start just using Dualcaster Mage in Gruul because you can tutor Dualcaster Mage. So
Mhm. Um. Yeah, I agree with you. We can't tutor the Electro Duplicate, but I'm with you on that. I guess
we
you
have
could.
redundancy for that.
We have Hermit Druid for that.
Yeah.
Well, the flashback is real. Hold up. Wait up. This usually works. This is bothering me. Is this not working anymore? Oh shit. Wow. I just updated my laptop. And by the way, guys, uh there's like a new Sequoia whatever. Um it used to give me emojis when we were doing a cam feed. No more.
It's
I can't give you a
probably
heart.
a setting that you have to turn back on.
No, no hearts though. Hearts will. Shit. Okay.
It's
Well,
it's funny because when you initially got that, it would like half show on Discord and it would like flicker back and
yeah,
forth
yeah.
between showing the emote and showing nothing. But then it stopped doing that on the second update, and now on the third update it's just gone.
All right. Well, big Sag. We got frontline heroism though.
Yep, Frontline Heroism is my next card.
I knew you were gonna say it, and I was just like, it was on the chopping block. I took it off, but I'm like, will say this.
Yeah, I'll say it because for those who don't know Frontline Heroism, 2 in a red for an enchantment, ETB make a 1/1 soldier with haste, and whenever you cast a spell that targets only one creature, you create a 1/1 haste token, and then you copy that spell and target the token as well.
Yeah.
Um, this is like a mini Zada. It's also really good with Zada because it's basically a young pyromancer in your Zada deck. Getting hasty tokens is kind of useful as well, and doing any kind of target shenanigans can sometimes just be useful for random decks, but more than not, this is just a Zada card.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I was gonna say like it's a good effect. It just doesn't figure into a lot of decks. But yeah, I'm with you on that.
Next, there's another card that we've discussed before, Rite of the Dragon Caller, and you liked both the original and alternate art of this.
Oh, they're both. These are both stupendous.
I
I'm
think we
gonna.
brought this up in the previous stream, so I'm just gonna
But this one.
quick over it. Six
God.
mana enchantment. When you cast an instant or sorcerer, you get a 5/5 flying dragon.
Pound for pound, baby.
Yeah, this
Foundations is
a
such good
whole.
art.
Compare this to Young Pyromancer of making a 1/1. Yes, this is 4 more mana, so it hurts, but you make so many more stats per card cast.
Right. Well, let's just hope they don't have anything like culling the weak or something. Culling ritual.
Yeah,
Culling ritual.
I mean, I have my my thousand
All
year
of them are
storm.
dead.
I have my 1,000 Year Storm Gale deck, and now we're just gonna polymorph into Rite of Dragon Caller and just
Oh
flash
yeah.
back all those spells to just punch people to death.
I would prefer. I would prefer Death by Dragon. I would prefer Death by Dragon. Actually, you
Instead
know,
of death by gut shot.
instead of Death by Thassa Oracle or some shit. Not
No,
that
no,
Gale is
the
on that,
Gale
but
deck
yeah.
is gut shot remand and ritual remand, and you just remand your own remand and the ritual to get
Um,
infinite mana,
I'm
and then
still
you
good
just
with that.
do gut shot.
I'm good with that too, but please kill me with the 5/5 flying dragon. That's just way more fun. Also, again, playmat worthy art. God, this set killing me.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so good.
If you want, you can go to custom playmat and then just
Oh
get
yeah,
these
yeah,
art
yeah, yeah,
made on
yeah.
a customized playmat.
No, it needs to be official. I want Hasbro to take my money. No, I'm lying. Wait, is this the next card? Is this the card you were? Is this the card I revealed?
Hmm?
Sorry,
Which one?
it's this one.
I
The
can't see.
one that's a better anarch of anarchist.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
just better anarchist.
it's better anarchist slash pinnacle monk because it's
Power
cheaper.
creep.
Yeah.
I got
ETB,
power
exile an
creep.
instant or sorcery from your graveyard, and you can cast that spell until the end of your next turn. So basically, Anarchist or Archmage of Emeritus, or not Archmage. What is it called? Freaking Archaeomancer.
Mm.
Um, First off, it's another Inala combo card. Yay! Inala has another wizard that does wizard things.
There's that,
Um,
I guess. Yeah.
so that's a thing, but on top of that, it's just a wizard that does the combo. You
You're a
have the
wizard.
Archaeomancers, you have the Archaeomancer, the Anarchist or Pinnacle Monk thing that you can do. A lot harder now that Dockside is not a card,
Yeah.
but you can still do like Ghostly Flicker and then have a land that just makes a lot of mana, like Nykthos, something like that. So there's still the potential to keep going. Even like Coveted Jewel. With
Hmm.
Coveted Jewel, you flicker Coveted Jewel infinite times, or just having Displacer Kitten, you can loop whatever you want to loop a ritual over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Um, this is just a good enough card that you might as well run it in a couple decks.
If the fire is silent, I'm technically not breaking the library rules.
That is hilarious. Also, once again, playmat worthy art. This is pretty good art. Like it's
It
very
is.
simple, but I like that as playmat.
It is, and this is coming from a guy who plays with a Ixalan Captain Lannery Storm playmat consistently. I do love that card. um, it's weird. I have such a weird collection of playmats. But yeah, I've got a Lannery Storm back there. All
And
right,
we
Will,
got
what else you got for me?
one more.
You've got 20
And
more red cards, right? Just kidding.
Seer Slicer Goblin, which is literally right next to the Scholar. Um, it's just a 2 mana 2/1 that has a raid at the end step, make a 1/1 Goblin.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is a loyal apprentice, except you don't get the thing during combat with haste, you're getting it afterwards. So it's worse loyal apprentice, but people really like loyal apprentice, so it's good enough.
Yeah, goblin generators. Anytime there's a new goblin token generator, this is a risque one, but bear in mind that this raid doesn't require that you needed to have attacked this turn. So you could literally use this with any sort of tap engine to get the ball rolling.
Well, raid requires that you attack with anything. So if you have like Winota, you attack with all of your ornithopters and everything like that, and you'll get the goblin on the end step. And then next turn you can attack with that goblin, which is going to trigger raid and give you another goblin, and then
Hold
yada
up.
yada yada.
Hold up. Are you sure about this? Wait up.
Hmm.
Mm, where's the reminder text for raid, or am I thinking of a
Well,
different
it's
effect?
built in with it. It says at the beginning of your end step if you attacked this turn.
Hold up. Oh, well, this one says it. I'm sorry. I completely glazed over that. Whoops. Okay, I don't like it anymore.
I still like it.
Um, no, it's good. I think that there are other goblin generators that you could probably be using, but it's a 2/1. You run these no matter what.
It's a 2 mana creature token generator for stuff like Winota. It's playable. I don't think it's fantastic, but it is definitely playable.
See Sear Slicer in a Caesar list. I
Uh,
like that. All right. That's it
oh,
for red. We are moving on to green. Again, if there are any
Indeed.
cards that we missed, let us know.
All right, Patrick, I'll let you start with your green cards.
0. I put
All right,
0
there
green
we go.
cards.
I
But
you
we
told me.
we did talk about a landfall cub in the chat.
Yes, and I do have that as a card that I'll go over.
Okay.
But my first one is Quilled Great Worm. 6
Quill?
mana for 7/7 Trampler.
Oh, we're down here.
Whenever
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
whenever a creature you control deals combat damage during your turn, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. You may cast this card from your graveyard by removing 6 counters from among other creatures you control as an additional cost. This is a never dying creature that is like an inverse of vigor where it's making your things beat the crap out of people harder. This is just a very annoying and recursive threat. For CDH, it may not be good enough,
Hmm.
but for like the slower, punchier decks like Selesnya's had trouble winning the game before. This is not a bad way to win the game because it's
Yeah.
swinging for 7 the first time, then 14 the second time, then 28 the third time, all trample, and then you are one-shotting people past that point. And then if anybody kills this, you just go, "Oh, my July Halaric has 7 counters on it. I'm gonna remove 6 of them and replay this and then keep going."
Yeah.
Game?
It's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. I wouldn't call it an anthem necessarily. I guess it is buffing your creatures. Um, it is the only thing with trample. So mind you, it's not like it's not doing a greater hoof, excuse me, levels of damnation. I like it. I like it though. I do think that people still use Crater Hoof as like a finisher in some decks,
Yeah,
but I don't see this in the same way as a hoof. It's not bad though.
this this is more of a long-term threat than an immediate try
Yeah,
to win the game card. You
right.
also don't need as much setup with this. You just need a creature that can connect a couple times.
True. Like that Arbor Elf. The Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise is a 0/1 though, right?
Yes, but if you get
Uh,
an initial +1/+1 counter on it, that's going to be a big bird.
exactly. Who needs mana? All right.
My next card and the card that you brought up like a second ago is uh how the frick I guess it's
Razor Grass Ambusher, dude.
Scythe Cat Cut.
Maybe
Scythe
I
Cat.
maybe I make a playmat out of this one. The dude with the hyena. Sorry, Jason Rainville. Good job. Something cub.
So it's Scythe
Uh
Cat Cub, and this is the landfall thing.
oh, shit, I
So
should have put this in the thumbnail. Another cat. I missed it.
indeed,
I'm sorry.
um,
We'll modify it later.
1 in a green for a 2/2 creature cat with trample and landfall. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. If this is the second time this ability resolved, double the number counters on that creature instead. This is
Nasty.
this is Bristly Bill, except you don't have to pay to double. You just need to get this effect to trigger a second time. Gross.
Yeah, way cuter than Bristly Bill as well. Sorry, Bristly.
Indeed.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you think it hurts for him to walk around with scythe claws?
I mean, depends on if there's like padding or anything under him. I don't know.
I don't know. I need the full anatomy of the scythe cat.
Indeed.
Why are the cubs and baby versions of animals stronger? I don't know why we're leaning that direction. Maybe it's to appeal to a certain demo that wants cute and cuddly, but also wants just cracked.
Well, I will say if you're comparing it to like the 1/1 cats, that's because the cubs are like lions and tigers. So a cub is like the strength of a street cat or stronger, probably.
Okay. I do want to modify the thumbnail. See if I remember to do that. It's a cute cat. At any rate.
Moving to colorless, and I have a 4. One of them is including the
Oh,
land.
no multi? No multi?
No multi. Do you have multi?
No, of course not.
Okay.
How about this cute raccoon here, fiendish panda. No, I don't have shit for this multicolor. We're not going to discuss the legends, but if you guys want to, I would just suggest watching our legendary tier list. All right, colorless though.
Colorless, I have Banner of Kinship. This is 5 mana for an artifact. As this enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. This artifact enters with a fellowship counter on it for each creature you can control of the chosen creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each fellowship counter on this artifact. This is another coat of arms style effect. The reason why I really like this one is because as opposed to Coat of Arms, which requires that you need to keep your board up to keep all the buffs and potentially buffs opponent's stuff, or the Door of Destiny, the door that's when you cast a creature, you put a counter on it. This will enter, immediately see how many creatures you have, and immediately buff your whole board. It does not matter if your board gets blown up or anything, it will still keep giving that massive buff later on, and you don't need to take time to build it up. This is one of the better banner effects. It's Coalition banner, right? But this is one of the better Coalition style effects. Um, just because it gives an immediate boon and then it doesn't care if you keep your board. The downside is this will not get bigger than what it enters at.
Hmm. Wow. Okay.
For your random creature tribal deck or incidental creature tribal deck that needs some kind of anthem.
Or Lord of the Rings themed deck.
And dude,
Got to get those fellowships. All right, boys and girls.
is it Coalition Relic?
Yeah, I couldn't. No, Coalition Relic is the ramp piece at 3 CMC. The banner you're talking about, is it the red? It's the red banner. Hold
It's
up.
the pirate flag banner.
Vanquisher's banner? Konda's banner? Jabari's banner? There's a lot of banners in this game.
It's not banner, is
Well,
it?
not as many as I thought there would be, actually.
Hold on, let me.
Nekusar got a new toy in that 3-mana artifact creature. Yeah, we'll get to that one in a second. It's not bad. It's not bad.
The card is, where are you, friend?
Tell me there's
There's
all
a
art
lot
of
of
fishing pole.
There's a lot of 5-mana cards that care about creature types. Why am I able to find it? What the heck? Hold
Will
on.
just invented a card, people.
This is played in like every single sliver deck. I don't know why I can't find the actual card.
Is it called banner?
Oh, Coat of Arms.
Coat of Arms.
So yeah, Coat
Yeah,
of Arms.
yeah. This is the red banner.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
what I was thinking about.
I was
I think
sure
it's just
that's
the
what you're
one.
thinking about. I was just calling it the pirate banner because I'm like, it's skull and crossbones. Red banner can be misconstrued of the red card that is a banner.
I'm sure that this 7th edition foil is the most expensive one, but I'm not gonna lie. Scott Fisher one's just, this is the best. This is definitely the best. That's
And
why it's been
go
used so many damn times. Wow, there's a couple more arts for this than I realized.
Going back to what was brought up in chat forever ago, though, ley lines. We got a new ley line. We got Leyline Axe.
Get ready. Hope it's in my hand.
Yeah, Leyline Axe is 4 mana for an artifact equipment that if it starts in your opening hand, it starts on the board. It starts on the battlefield. Uh, it has equipped for 3, and the equipped creature gets +1/+1, double strike, and trample. This is Cleaver. This is Embercleave.
Wait.
Uh,
Before we get to that, the coat of arms is symmetrical?
yes, your opponent's stuff gets buffed as well.
Right.
That is why
So,
Coat of Arms is scary.
right. So you like this new banner more, just period. Banner of
Yeah,
kinship.
yeah,
Okay.
because I think that because Coat of Arms is really good in the fact that it buffs your board massively, but if you get board wiped or your stuff gets removed, then it doesn't really last longer. Like if there's no big board, it's not going to buff stuff very big for long, but you're only
Dude.
playing it on a big board. With the Kindred banner or whatever that other one is called, it's going to enter, say, oh, you have 8 creatures of that type, and all of your creatures are going to get +8/+8 for the rest of the game. Period. Does not care if the board gets wiped. It is just going to give a massive buff.
So Najila.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to point out, I don't know, I got strong Conan the Barbarian vibes from the alt art of Leyline Axe. Like when he sees specifically the movies, when Arnold sees the sword in like that dead guy's hands. Sword of
Yeah.
Crom.
Also, insert this could be a playmat again.
Oh my god, dude, yeah, this one's so gnarly. It's reminding me of that, and it's also reminding me of Golden Axe, the beat 'em up. You ever play Golden Axe? Golden Axe. Sorry, we're gonna Street Sharks. This is my childhood right here. Street Sharks and Golden Axe was my childhood. In case you were wondering. Golden Axe. This game is so fucking good. The damn elves that would steal your shit in the middle of the night. But yeah, Golden Axe. This is reminding me of Golden Axe. Slivers Rejoice. Okay, Will, why should we care about Leyline Axe? Tell me in 3 or 4 sentences.
Uh, any deck that cares about Embercleave but cannot run Embercleave wants this card.
Strong words. This doesn't auto equip though.
Yeah, but it's
It
enters on the battlefield already, and then it equips for 3.
it
Sometimes
doesn't flash.
you don't care about flash. You care about Embercleave for trample +1/+1 and double strike. More so the trample and the double strike.
Yeah. But Ember Cleave gets +1/+1 per
No,
creature
it costs
attacking?
1 less per attacker. It
Oh, that's
costs
it.
one
That's
less
it.
per attacker. It's just flat +1/+1 double strike and trample.
Well, don't tell Ember Cleave that. Okay.
So if you're not in red, this is just your Embercleave for not in red.
It awaits a worthy wielder.
Sharp enough to carve the swath through history.
Yeah, that's. I think the worthy wielder is cooler, but the swap you're kind of milking it, guys. You're kind of milking it. I've seen the stats. I don't know if it's gonna double cut through history or not, but it's okay.
It has trample. You don't. History is a 0/0. You think history is blocking crap?
All right. What other cards do you want to talk about here?
I
There's
will let
only
you cover the next one because I know that this is one you had. Scrawling Crawler.
Sire of Seven Deaths. Is that what you just said? No.
If you want to cover Sire of Seven Deaths, you can. I don't have that one on my list.
I think one of the coolest looking artifacts is Ravenous Amulet. I just want to point that out. It just looks sick as fuck. But Scrawling Crawler, and this is another one I haven't seen the alt art of. Oh, they're both good.
The alt art is kind of cool, just like a storm of symbols that he's just catching them, reading them, scribing on them as they're flying by.
Yeah, it's kind of gnarly. We will sow perfection into the soft flesh of the multiverse. Argent Etchings, Plate 38, Passage 8. How are the plates organized? How do we know? Are they like numbering the plates as they're going through the sky? At any rate, Phyrexian Construct, 3/2 body, 3 cost. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card. Boo! Boo! Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player loses 1 life. I don't know. I would like to punish them more than 1. But I will say that this is beneficial for, well, obviously group hug, and then any list where pinging is relevant. So I suppose you could potentially consider this in that one Kingpin. What's his name? Right. So maybe this is something you put in Obby, because obviously this is pretty effective, and it's not necessarily a do nothing, right? When you cast this, I'm really happy that this is one of those instances where the trigger is at the right time. Really is. It's not at your end step, it's at your upkeep. So you don't need to worry about that till later. But it's not like the first card they draw each turn is exempt. So you pass the turn, they lose life, and it will proceed that way. So there are benefits to this card. I do think that obviously giving value is never great, but depending on the list you're running this in, like if it's like a Spirit of the Labyrinth deck or something, then it's kind of stunting itself, frankly. But it's really stunting itself. It's not good. Don't run Spirit of the Labyrinth. I try to think of a scenario where it's not as bad to just give them a card.
Alms Collector.
There you go. Sure, Alms Collector. Well, that's 2 or more cards.
Yeah. So it's Alms Collectors. Yeah, no, never mind. I take back.
See what I mean? Like it's a struggle for me. I wrote this one down because I knew people were excited about it, but again, I don't see which list.
Hobby.
Yeah, it's really just Ob Nixilis. I don't know what other list wants this. I don't know. Do you get? Is that it?
So my last card is Soulstone.
Oh, I mean, was that it for Scrawling Crawler? Scrawling Crawler.
I mean, it's just a good Ob Nixilis card. If you care about group hug, it's also potentially really good. Like if you do the Livia Ludwig deck, that's just there to make a game take 2 hours and slowly burn people down.
Yeah.
This card is good in there because it gives you an actual win con, but yeah.
Yeah, Obby for sure.
Obby.
Look at this goalless wannabe over here. Shardless Outlander. Careful now, don't do anything too unique. You'll get banned.
Indeed, indeed.
Okay, wait, are we talking about?
Don't be Wooburg and let you play the top cards of your deck for
I mean,
free.
that's pretty good. That's
Yeah,
pretty good. All
yeah.
right,
This
Will.
Shardless Outlander is literally just freaking Golos on a horse.
I'm seeing
And maybe it's the horse.
Nekusar.
Maybe the horse is the card that
Oh,
it is, and Golos is actually just riding it.
you think that this is Golos? You think this is Golos just on the
Yeah, it could be.
on his shardless Outlander?
Could be.
Well, it says Construct Scout. It didn't say Construct Horse.
Who says that horse isn't a scout, Patrick? Its creature type is, or
He doesn't identify as a horse, though.
its race isn't a construct, and its job is a scout.
How many legs does this horse have? I'm gonna be counting legs.
Are you counting? Are you counting Golos's legs on him?
Then six.
Oh no, maybe that's one being. It's a freaking like double centaur.
Oh, yeah. It's like a two-headed centaur, two-bodied, two-headed.
Instead of having 2 spines, he has 3 spines.
So it just has these like little legs that are attached to its sides that are dangling. Yeah. There's just these legs.
Side saddling legs there.
Sorry, if you didn't watch our stream last night, you wouldn't know what we're referencing at all. Some of the art in the set, and I'll task you to look for it. Some art has unique bodily features. Not to say that they are AI generated. I'm just saying that I noticed more limbs than I was expecting on certain, I mean,
It
fictional
seems
creatures.
like it was intentional. There are some some creatures that should have 4 limbs that have more than 4 limbs.
All right, Will, give me the Seagram 7 over here. Give me the 7/7. What is it?
All right, the Sire of Sevens.
That one.
Well, I do not actually have this card on my list.
I just want to show it off. It's just so cool.
Well, Sire of Seven Deaths is a 7-mana, 7/7 Eldrazi with 7 keywords. First strike, vigilance, trample, menace, reach, lifelink, and ward. Pay 7 life. This card is just cool. The alternate art shows off the keywords fancily. I love it.
I would consider in Belby, what would you remove for Annihilator 7?
Like, which keyword would I remove
Which
for
keyword would you?
Annihilator 7?
Can we get
I'd
this?
remove all 7 of them for Annihilator 7. Just 7 mana, 7/7 with Annihilator 7 is insane.
Yeah, 7 mana, 7/7 with Annihilator 7 would have been so good because that's really 7 deaths. 7 tragedies, really. I think that this is a cool Eldrazi to add to your Eldrazi arsenal. Again, certain lists can play this. There's some colorless lists that probably want to fool with this, but yeah, hell yeah. I love the alt art here that they made the determination to just stack the keywords like that is so cool. But yeah, anyway.
Last card for me is a Soulstone Sanctuary.
The last card from the set, my guy.
Indeed, and it is a land that taps for colorless, and you can pay for it to make it a 3/3 creature with a vigilance that loses all it is all creature types, and it is a land. This is mainly a Magna card. It's just a general land that you can play that is also a dwarf when you need it to be.
Thanks, Wolf, for the shout out on the other characters that want the scroller. Excuse me. Ward 7 is passable. Yeah, it's not like Annihilator 7 though.
Ward 7 life is a large chunk.
No, that's good. Yeah. No one's gonna want to take that, so they're just gonna eat it. They're gonna eat it. Alright. 3/3 creature with vigilance and all types. Will tell me what you're doing with this card.
Magda. It's just a thing that will make you a treasure occasionally in a pinch.
Well, it's still a land, so you can tap it for colorless after the fact and then create your treasure that way.
Yep.
That's okay.
This isn't like a fancy card. This isn't going to like go in any deck and do anything insane. It's another thing for Black Panther to utilize.
Yeah.
There's also the combos with the other land that people know. That's the one that is all creature types as well for 1 mana, and it's a 2/2. There's combos with that card that you can use with this card as well. This is just another playable thing that is a land and all creature types. It's a changeling that you don't need to remove a land for.
Oh, huh. Sire of Seven Deaths looks like the Martian ships from War of the Worlds, the Tom Cruise version. I can see that. I could definitely see that. And specifically the alt art version. Yeah. That's it for the set, guys. this was a shorter review. There aren't that many new cards, and as we were saying, like the set is not necessarily geared towards upgrading lists so much it is geared towards introducing new players to the game. So I like it on the whole. I think that there are some interesting cards here. Nothing that I foresee slamming into a deck. Maybe the Blasphemous Edict will probably go into some list, and Will got some new utilities for Zada. Obviously, there were more niche playable cards than I think that than there were generally widely playable cards, and that's fine. But any other thoughts on Foundations or any other cards you guys wanted to look at before we close this one out?
The only thing that I think is going to, or the only two things that I think we'll see constant play from this set are Electro Duplimancy and the Vengeful Blood Witch. Those are the
Yeah,
only cards that
yeah,
they're just duplicates of cards that people want as many copies in their deck already. So
no, I
good
agree.
enough.
Yeah, Foundations is really a love letter to older core sets, says Void Malign. I agree. I definitely get that. When was the Twin Flame Tyrant mentioned? When was when will we wear wigs? We didn't mention Twin Flame Tyrant. I don't think.
Bring that one up.
I'll bring that
Uh,
bitch up. Okay. Yeah, we can take a gander at Twin Flame Tyrant.
yeah. So Twin Flame Tyrant is 3 red for a creature dragon with flying, 3 power, 5 toughness. If a source you control deals damage to an opponent or a permanent that opponent controls, it deals double that damage instead.
Right. Is this
Um,
the first time we've had it on a creature like flat out, not like a god
we've
creature or
had
a...
Angrath's Marauders, I think is the 7 mana one that people run in Winota that does the
Okay.
same thing. This is just another one of those. I don't think it's horribly notable, but it will see casual play probably,
Will
but I
it
don't
go
think it's
into
going to see any
Winota?
competitive. No, because you want a human.
Yeah.
You specifically want to cheat out a human.
You don't want to cast a 5-drop dragon?
No, you don't.
Looks cool looking dragon though. Agroth the Destroyer. If there's a specific deck you would play this in, let us know. I'd be curious to know. It's dope though. I mean, again, I like the deal double damage. It's never a bad thing. All
I
right,
will
guys.
say that I'm gonna be building Cleon Mary Champion at some point just to prove all the haters wrong because such a dumb commander.
Well, we could. Okay, we'll build it. Build it. We're definitely gonna
I'll
build.
build it by myself. I'm gonna bring it to one of our live streams and surprise people by killing somebody turn 2.
And I'll bring Plague on. So we're gonna build Plague on next week. We should be focusing on that as well as a couple other legendaries from the set as we move forward. Zerillon. Very niche. That's fine. Niche is fine. I like niche. Zerillon though. Zerillon of the Claw. Yeah, that is very niche.
Oh
That's
yeah.
sick though. He's only had one printing, by the way. It says RL card. Um, I'll encourage you guys to look that up. But yeah, expect some deck techs moving forward and maybe some gameplay. We'll get some more Friday Night Magic in. I would like that. No, honestly, like more game in chat. There's a couple of games I want to play, and it gives them as a good excuse. Because it's a very good excuse to play them. Anything you want to say before we close this out, Will?
Uh, if you're interested in any of the cards we brought up, use our TCG Player affiliate link. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream, and I hope everybody has a good rest of your weekend.
Yeah, dude. I am going to probably in the next few. Maybe I can convince Allie to drive me. I was gonna take my motorcycle to the Triumph dealership. You remember that one motorcycle I showed you? I'd ride a motorcycle. Remember that one motorcycle I showed you a little while back? I'm a street shark. The Triumph Rocket 3.
Yes, I'm a street shark, and the road is my ocean.
The road's my ocean, baby. And I ride those waves. I ride them all day. Well, it'd be a lot funner to ride them on a cruiser, and they still have the Rocket 3. And I called them. I'm like, hey, what would you do for me to take that off your hands? Because you've had it sitting there for like a month. But look up Triumph Rocket 3, specifically a 2012, I think, or 2013. It's a good looking bike, but I want a heavier cruiser. It helps, I guess, that has a 2300cc engine. It's massive, dude. I want to test ride it though. I might actually do that. That's my weekend. Sorry. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend too, though. Um, but yeah, do I need another motorcycle? No. Probably sell mine first. Oh, if you want a motorcycle, Will. It's weird because I spent more for my Street Twin than what they're asking for this rocket. I don't even know if it's a good deal. It's not.
I'm still gonna be looking for like a 600 shadow, just because it'll be
No.
a good cheap option.
No, no, that's a good call. I'd like do a Facebook Marketplace thing. I just want to go through this dealer
Yeah.
because I've used them before, and they also like do maintenance on the bike before you get it. So at least there's that. Guys, see you guys. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. For everyone tuning in now, bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah, that's